And and that's the Rouge Valley.
It's the Rouge Valley.
Is it?
Yep. They're trying to protect it for posterity, so that my kids will be able to go down there with their kids and show them that area, the countryside and the farms and the heritage of the country. You see.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me kind of proud because that was our homestead for the Mennonites, and that's our family. Watch it, Mom. Wrong way, that
Gene's exploring. We might have to have a future home.
She's exploring.
Brian and I are having a coffee.
My mother is stuck here in the barbed wire fence.
Is she?
Going the wrong way. This is something that will be recorded forever. The day my mother got stuck in the barbed wire fence. That was a pee in the bush. Now watch it now. Put your leg over there first. No, don't move. Okay, you're okay. There. We made it.
Well, the pictures are coming great. Well, I'm glad we stopped here. Now I'm going to have my coffee. But now, Brian. Yeah, we're good.
This is Altona. We're coming into here. And this is the old garage. It's been here for years and years and years. It's coming out of Stouffville. There was a bunch of beautiful old homes back there, new homes. But from here on, it's just total country heritage. This place hasn't changed in garage.
Yeah. Not too so fast, Brian. Unless there's something behind you. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, sure. We used to bring the cars there to get them fixed. Stan Reeser wanted to be a mechanic.
And from here on out, it's just still being farmed. You can see the...
That's Will Reeser's old farm. Millard Reeser, Ethel Reeser, and Evelyn Reeser were born there. Long since sold. Now we're still heading to the Four Corners. I can't see Reeser's old farm. It's just been built recently. We're only just going to be a minute or two before we come to Altona Corners. It hasn't changed, has it?
No.
No.
That's why I like it so much.
A little slower. You're not too abrupt to halt, though. There. It makes the picture, the foot film. We're coming up to it, I guess, aren't we? Here, we're coming to the corners now. There used to be the old general store. Used to be Medill's.
Before that, it used to be a farm. It's an old farmhouse.
What's that again, Gene?
Gotta be relation somewhere down the line.
Certainly is, Gene.
There's your grandma. There's John Hoover's.
Come here, Gene. I get that.
You have everyone all doing the others. Hoover's and Nice Wonders all.
Brian. That's Brian Ralston, my son. He's a great-grandson of John Hoover, beside whose grave they're now standing, and Lydia Nicewander, his wife, and my uncle Clark Hoover, their son, their only son, was born there. Oh, except Kenneth. They had another son, Kenneth, who died in infancy. Oh, he's on the back. I didn't know that. I see. That's my grandfather and my grandmother. And Kenneth, the youngest boy, died in infancy. The name is on the back of the stone. My grandmother Hoover, my mother's mother, was a Nicewander. I'm sure somehow related to these people.
Before this church was built, there was a log schoolhouse here.
Was there?
Yeah.
I see.
That was the first schoolhouse.
This is the old Mennonite church, wasn't it? I got a picture of it at the start.
Before it was a church, back in 1804, they built the first schoolhouse on this very spot. It
I
was made of
see.
logs.
Here you are, Brian Samuel Hoover. Hardly read.
Is that right, Jean?
Esther
No,
Reeser's
doesn't want to
father
quote here.
was Peter.
Yeah, Brenda came. She came down. It's down and everyone.
I wonder if we can decipher
But I
that
wish
with
you would
this.
show your kids where this all is.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, it's bring
But
them
Phil
down.
isn't
show 'em.
interested either right now, so
Well, maybe,
he will be
maybe
later.
Amy would be.
Yeah, Esther Reeser.
I wonder if we can make that out. Where's Esther Reeser's name?
Here, we
there.
should have a piece of. Does it help to be shaded?
You'll know when you get.
I'll
See,
try.
there's
I'll try
Samuel.
from different angles.
You're better off on
We're
one
gonna,
end.
Jack, you and I, or Brian and I, are gonna have to, whether you have enough energy, and go and do this one and Grandpa Ralston's.
Yeah. 28. So that would be Peter Reeser's daughter.
Yeah. Wonder who we get in touch with. Jack, can we eat our lunch here on the lawn?
The old Dutch Mennonite church from the southeast corner of the building. from the north side of the old churchyard to the main corner where Madilda's store used to stand. I have a little close-up of it. You see those windows the way they're made there? They were all like that. I think maybe vandals or something broke them out of the other end because they have plywood put in there instead of windows. That's the door to the old church, the front door.
The graveyard that we took the other pictures at. Well, this is looking at it from the southeast corner, looking at the graves where all our family is. It's the Reesers, the nice ones.
Oh, speak
the
up.
holders.
Ancestors.
You'll hear about it, believe me. My voice carries. And this old tree here is probably almost as old as my grandmother, who died,
And
born in this area and raised here.
and is now buried in London, Ontario,
Yeah, right.
on number 2 highway. So
Her brother's buried.
yeah,
My Uncle Clark.
yeah. Harry wrote.
In the car. And it from the first grade right up until she got her past her entrance. The Altona Schoolhouse. That's just almost down the road a bit from the Mennonite church that we just took the pictures of.
The other side of the road.
There's the old Altona School. Ken Reeser, Stan Reeser, Blanche Reeser, my mother, Clark Hoover, Millard Reeser, Evelyn Reeser, all went to this little school. Others that too numerous to mention or that I can remember. I'm out of film, almost. I'm going to get a film. I can't even get the picture of the inscription on the school, the name on the school. Well, I'll show you how far she had to walk to school, Brian. Brian?
Yeah.
I'll show you how far she had to walk to school, and that's winter and summer. She said it was just awful. You'd never say anything against school buses around my mother. She said it's too bad all the kids couldn't have them. Be a guy named Yake used to teach here.
Yeah, well, there's Yakes all. Yeah, I ran across a Yake in that book. Yeah,
That's
he
what I
was a
thought.
teacher. Yeah, that was her teacher, was it?
Yeah. And I remember his first name. Mom used to give me his first name.
It's in that book. It's in that letter. Remember that letter they had written? You said you were working on with Grandpa Cluck that summer one time?
Isn't here, for instance, I can remember, only just recently.
Look at that belfry cave in here.
Yeah, they should fix
They
it.
stole the bell already.
Yeah. They all redone, and they had a chemical
Yeah.
closet.
Somebody stole the bell. The old Nice Wonder House used to produce such good hams, smoked hams. And their little boy said he wouldn't mind it if they'd stolen the hams if they'd only left the gravy. This is looking from the northwest corner of the school. There's a large schoolyard. There for a minute. That's good. There's the old Medill store, general store, used to be on the corner. The little, watch that bridge, and there used to be a little pool down on the left side there, and there used to we have baptismal service. I was baptized there once.
No pool there now.
Is there? Well, there's the
Turn that on as hot as
Dutch
you
Missionary
can.
Church. Yeah, those buildings over there are all new. They were never here before. That was all farm.
See, that's one for the Mennonites.
Now slow right down here, Brian. Unless there's something behind. Now we're coming up to the old
On
church.
the right-hand side, Brian.
Yeah.
Christian Stoville Church.
Many's an hour I've spent in here in Sunday school and church and prayer meeting. Now they added that part on the back there. Slow down, Brian. You can stop if you want to get a place. They added that part there.
It isn't a church anymore. This is a school. It's a Christian school now, Jack.
Isn't it a church anymore?
Yeah, it says Stoville Christian School, South
what?
Campus.
Oh, just a minute, Brian. Don't move. Oh, weird. I'm just going to get that up at the top. Get
You
the
know what?
date.
That's why they're doing that, because of the no.
Can you read that up there?
The schools anymore.
What's that say?
It just says Stoville Christian School, South Campus, up top.
Well, it seems to me as though they've desecrated the place somehow, but however, this is called the Stoville Christian School. And they've added parts on the back. And I guess they're teaching the gospel and teaching the Christian precepts to the kids now in a different way, but maybe it's better use of it, certainly, than sitting with the doors all and the windows all boarded up. That's the old school. Many of the times I went to church in there, I went to prayer meeting, and we had revival meetings in there. That's it. Now go. Now you can go now. You can go now. Just don't jerk around
He
too
yells
much.
at me all the time I'm driving, Brian.
Well, it ain't.
What's nice one?
I don't know. I know it's a nice wonder farm.
The original Nice Wonder homestead.
I hope I've got the name right. Beautiful old farmhouse, as it was for years and years.
right beside the school.
Yeah, it's the next farm south of the schoolhouse. Road from Altona that leads south, but we're going to the north, and we're coming once again into the intersection where the old mill had been the corner, or the general store used to be on the corner, and we're looking for the old mill that I used to drive the horses and a Bain wagon load of oats to get ground. I remember now, this is the old road that led down to the mill where we used to bring the grist. We used to bring the wagon loads of grain with the horses to have it milled. And Howsam, a man named Howsam, when I was there, used to run the mill. I was about 19 years old. It was about 40, 50 years ago or more. Trees along with the maple trees. I'm just going to get a few pictures.
I know.
Wampus in the back, Jack.
Hmm?
You keep saying stop, and someday somebody's going to come along and wampus right in the back.
Well, just look out the back. I'm taking the road up, looking up the road there toward the school. There, but it's been there for years. And once again, we're looking up toward the Altona Road to the old general store and the little Dutch church on the right-hand side and the school on the left. So now we're coming up to the corner where you turn down to go to Bark Reachers. Yeah, it's not.
You want to get that barn over there?
Yeah, no.
Whoa,
There.
whoa.
Now you can get that barn good, Jack.
All right. Now, I'm sure that barn used to belong to Stan. Oh, what is their name? Just so long ago, I forgot. Yeah.
Turned this window down and took it out the window?
There, I got it. Just a minute. There, we got it. It'd be better if I got out and did it, gee.
Well, if Brian took it through the window, it'd be the same thing.
This is the old Stanley Lewis farm site. Years ago, they used to have bees, and they made a lot of honey. Stan Reesher and I used to come up and help Stanley extract the honey and turn the wheel while the centrifugal force drove the honey out of the comb. We had all the honey we could eat, but it sure wouldn't have taken us very long to get sick. Looking down toward Bark Reeser's property. Many hours I've spent coming up and down that road. Yeah, that leads down to the Reeser. Used to be the Reeser farm and the Barkey farm, and a number of them down there. That's the old Charlie Barkey farm site there. Once again, this is the old Barkey place. That's the original homestead. It was made of stone. And it was right next to the Bark Reeser place. I didn't know there were two barns on that property. I'll have to see, but that's the old Barkey property. Beautiful old farm. My mother used to chum around with one of the Barkey girls. Millie Barkey, they called her. My great-grandfather, Sam Hoover, cleared it and farmed it. And the house is right over in there someplace. It's behind it. I can't quite see it. There, oh, there's part of it in there. I'll see if I can, no, I can't bring it up. And the land went from the Hoover farm. On this side of their laneway went from there right back down into the farm. The farmhouse is about directly where the camera's facing now. Now we're going to move over to the right, and we'll come down over on the south side of the border, and right down over there. You can see that border line there. The other side of the lane. We're going to go in now because there's a gate on, and I can't go through the gate.
Yeah.
I'm taking a picture from the entrance of the old Hoover farm. The Reesers also had it later. That's the laneway. It was quite a long laneway, and right down in about there used to be a bog hole, and we used to always get stuck in there if we weren't careful. But then we went on, after you got out of that hollow, you went up toward where the driveway. I don't feel like going down in. I don't know the people, and I suppose if I drove in, they might make me welcome, and they might not. That's the Barkey farm over there. The farm is now called Misty Meadows, owned by the Coghills. I don't know who they are.
There, that's the
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, Gene said to me, you can have it now, John. We're now going toward Claremont.
And Dad remembered to turn on the recorder.
Yeah, well, we just turned down from Bart Reesher's old farm. It used to be my great-grandfather, Sam Hoover's. He cleared land there. Now we're coming toward the little village or hamlet of Claremont. Now, I haven't seen it for years, but I went to high school there.
And this whole place is full of trout still today.
It is.
Full of trout, speckles.
Still speckled trout here. I remember they used to fish with them years ago.
People.
I might have remembered it one time.
Sideline 20.
Probably some girl.
I think maybe you might be right, Gene, but I can't remember her name.
He's just that age.
Yeah, well, these places he stopped on.
18, 19, 20.
Oh, I was crazy about the school teacher.
Sure.
To Claremont now. We're coming into Claremont now.
There's a sign, see?
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do this, really.
Parking on the hill. See, I told you, Brian.
All these.
Yeah. I'm now standing in front of the old Claremont High School, where I went to high school. Now, it says public school on it now, but I think that was where I went to high school. I think that was the original public or high school that I went to. And they must have changed it to a public school. I'm not sure, though. In 1923 it was built. I'm now looking north. From the four corners of main intersection of Claremont, Ontario. Looking north from on the main corner by the old general store. I don't know what that building used to be, but I remember that old house from years ago. That's the north end of town.
I'll mess next big bar for you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We're now going down, we're going south. Brian's trying to find Whitevale for us. A little hamlet of Whitevale. Years ago, I think Ken Reeser used to come down here and used to play football or soccer. We hope to get to Whitevale pretty soon. Whether it's mild, wild, or whether it's... Brian's been our chauffeur here for the last while. We're heading toward Whitevale. Those fields over there. I got some dirt in the windshield.
This town is 5 miles north of Pickering. Can't hear a word you're saying.
How much is not there? Well, they're building that.
Yeah, that's a new one. They're about 9 years old.
So this is Whitevale. We're just entering it now. Okay.
Heritage. Not heritage.
There's the old general store. See, carriage directions again.
Where's the general store?
You just passed it, just photographed it.
Well, I couldn't see it from where I was. It was kind of made modern.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that old place.
It's all a big deal, eh?
Yeah.
Now, where do we get back to number 7?
Don't worry.
Oh. Well, we haven't seen white cherry wood yet.
No. Stop right
Oh,
down
this is
there.
Whitevale. Oh, is this all a little village? Is this the place you say, Brian, that hasn't changed?
Yeah.
Give me that again, Brian.
That's the last feed store left in the immediate vicinity of Toronto, the city of Toronto. This is about 4 miles north of Pickering, which is just part of Toronto.
I see.
5 minutes from here, you can catch a streetcar or a subway.
Okay, Brian, that's the old mill there
This feed
of
store.
Whitevale.
This is the old feed. This is the old mill of Whitevale,
Yeah.
and it's probably been here for at least 150 years. It's probably been remodeled a few times, but it's the original location. And it's the last of the farm places around where you can get your feed and get your grain done.
I see. There's only one thing about it. I'm there, Brian.
What you're standing under here. River, and this is the Rouge Valley system. It runs from Pickering north to Altona and Stouffville. This stream, and this is where my great-great-great-great-grandfather,
No.
yeah, Peter Reeser and Christian Reeser
Okay.
built their mill.
Okay,
The
Brian.
top of this stream,
Okay.
and they were Mennonites. And the property has hardly changed much in all that time.
This is looking north, isn't it, Brian?
This is looking north.
And what's the name of that creek or
It's the
river?
Rouge River.
Rouge River. Okay. That thing's flashing again. Surely I'm not out of film again. I don't think I'm out of battery.
Nice place. This is where Stan Reeser used to come down and play football.
Ken Reeser.
Ken Reeser.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Play soccer.
Fun here.
There's over 350 species of wild birds in this Rouge Valley system. There's 14 species of wild trout. There are about 38 species of hawks still in this area, in the Rouge, and there are still wolves in here, and deer. The government wants to, the local government is trying to keep this place as a natural historic site.
Look at that trout hole up there, Brian. See it right in the middle of the river? Yeah. Tell about the garbage pit.
And the city of Toronto wants to put the Metropolitan Toronto dump right in the Rouge Valley here. The last remaining historical area of the Toronto.
One of the few remaining, anyway.
Last. There's none more. This is the only one left.
I want to get...
All the rest are gone, Toronto. You should take a picture of that sign, Pop.
I will, Brian. I will. Isn't that a beautiful picture up that river? The Rouge River, eh?
The Rouge River.
Well, we'll see what kind of pictures I get when I get home, Brian.
This is the river that Christian Reeser built his mill on.
Is it, Brian?
Yep.
Right around here?
No, further north. On the Highway 7, Markham.
Oh, yeah, 'cause that's where that cairn is.
Yeah, Cedar Grove. I haven't found it yet, but I'm going to find it.
I'm taking these shots from White Vale, on the bridge, right beside the mill. And how far north was it, Brian, that Grandpa Hoover built the first mill? Grandpa Christian Hoover, was
Christian Reeser.
Christian Reeser, yes.
Christian Reeser's son Peter built the first mill on this river.
Oh, I see.
Just north of Highway 7 in Markham,
I see.
which is the next concession up, is Highway 7. Inside.
Okay, but I'll get this one right. I mean, by the time I change around, it'll be gone.
What, the yellow field? Brought your what you call it? You put it
Now,
in
where are we, Brian? We're just about we're east of White Vale.
We're east of Whitevale. We're on the next concession south of Highway 7.
I
Going
see.
north towards Highway 7 and the cairn, the Reeser cairn.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah.
We have to have the motor going because it's so hot. We need the air
Jack?
conditioner. Yes, Gene.
You should have brought your one that you put in the dash, then you wouldn't have run out of film.
Oh, no. Why didn't you think of that, Gene? Turned off the Whitevale Road and we're going up what is it, Brian?
Sideline 24.
Sideline 24, okay.
Which is the one that's beside Sideline 28, which is the sideline that the Reeser homestead is on.
I see. And this is where we're going back
Right,
up
going
toward the
north.
little corner toward Altona to pick up Brian's truck and to where the little Mennonite church and the store is in the corner. Where we
I'm going to try and find a
yard up there. I don't know which one it is.
Locust Hill.
We're on Highway 7
Very far.
going west.
towards Markham.
We're going toward Markham.
What's that sign?
We're in Locust Hill now, the old Locust Hill Church, and we're going through the Locust Hill Cemetery. And Brian and I are visiting the Locust Hill Cemetery. I've already found the Martin Hoover resting places, Sam Hoover, 2 Sam Hoovers. Now, I'm not sure which Sam they are. quite a large cemetery in Locust Hill. One of my school teachers in East York Collegiate came from Locust Hill, a Miss Reeser. I don't know her first name for sure. Brian's over there looking around for some names, the Reesers mostly. The Reeser we're looking for, Brian?
No, that's Peter Reeser's son.
Is he buried in here?
Peter and Christian are supposed to be buried in the Locust Hill Cemetery, but which cemetery?
This is the old church at Locust Hill. Right now it's United. I'm sure it wasn't then because I don't think the United Church started until the 1920s. It might have been a Mennonite church or a Methodist church. I think likely a Mennonite. I'm wondering if the cemetery wasn't over on this side and they moved it across the road where we've just been filming. This is looking down the backyard of the Locust Hill United Church, now the United Church. I'll walk around the back and get some pictures from the back and the other side. Photographing from the northeast corner of the yard of this Locust Hill Church. Over here one time. I'm not sure though. Just my ancestors went through the door of that church many a time years ago. There's a better view of it. Gene wants me to get back to the car, so I'll go. On the corner of number 7 Highway. It's on the corner of number 7 Highway and Concession 10. Brian and Gene are looking over it now. I'm going to photograph the plaque.
See there, Christian Reeser's father, Peter Reeser, okay? There, see right there? That was Christian that left the States.
Yeah.
Born in 1747. His father Peter was born in Bern, Switzerland, 1713.
I said, I bet you Amy would, Brian.
Yeah. They immigrated to Pennsylvania in 1739. So he went through the American Civil War.
What makes you think your interest will wane, Brian? Do you think it does?
No, it depends. Yeah, because what if I know? Not that it wanes. I get on to something else. You know, like I was interested in Gopher Grant. I want to do a whole research to get down there. I got to do this. And all that is staying in my brain.
We'll come back to it.
Okay. Because I want to see where they all sort of.
They made a very nice job of building it out of round stones and getting the corners so square. we think Christian Reeser was buried in that graveyard behind.
I just wanted to
Right
interject.
just about the center of the camera now. We think that's the graveyard in there. We can't go in today because we don't have time, but we're going to go to the Reeser reunion in Markham coming up, and we'll find out how we can get in there. Brian wants to get some pictures too of the stones, the tombstones.
That house is 189 years old. It was made in 1800.
Is the original house there, Brian?
That's a stone house. That's solid stone. I'm sure that's it. Christian Reeser came from Pennsylvania. He was killed felling trees on this property.
Yeah, look
And
at
they
that
buried
tree,
him.
Brian.
But he felt that house built. He came here in 1794.
There's the cemetery and the tombstones straight ahead in the center of the film. Well, we just have to go in there sometime, Brian.
Got it all?
That looks like a barn back there. Is that the house? No, they made a big stone house.
That's the house, yeah. Stone house. I bet that's the original one, too. The corners. We gotta go west to the corners.
We gotta go west to go to the corner. No, east. Yeah, we go east on this sideline to get over to Elton.
No, we're going west.
Now we've...
Oh, we're going east, so.
I put the phone number.
Okay, but now are we going now?
Now
Where
we're
are we?
going north.
North?
Yeah.
Okay, and where we just been, what is the name of the piece of the Reesers? And what was that man said his name was? And we bought
Ashmore Research.
Ashmore Reeser,
Yeah.
and we picked up 3 of the Reeser family tree books. What do they call them?
$20 each.
And they were
Yeah.
$20 each.
It's called A Trail Through the Centuries.
I see.
They lived in.
That one here. Mennonites back into your.
What's this?
Well, this has all been Mennonites all down through.
That's
Those
right.
people are all Mennonites, those Reesers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just get home. We just got home from Altone and Stouffville and traveling down through the Reeser territory there where my ancestors live with Brian. And Jean just picked these flowers in her garden. The rose and the daisy. And what are the other ones, Jean? The other...
Roses, daisies, and this,
Yeah.
the roses, and the daisy.
Okay. Does your mother give you that, or
Yes.
side of the peony?